Well, so we've been driving around the Active i20 in office now for over 6 months, and I have to say that this is one of the most popular cars with the entire staff. And this is the diesel version. And why is it popular? Well, there are at least 3 reasons for that. The first one is that it has a long list of features, and it really has a lot of thoughtful features. One of them, of course, is the cooled glove box, which means that if you are planning a long trip and are planning to carry a lot of water, then that glove box will keep that water cool even on the longest of long journeys. The second very thoughtful feature is the 1 GB of storage space on the stereo system, and what that essentially does is that it negates the need to carry a hard drive or a pen drive with you to listen to music, because you can store it up on the stereo itself. And the third reason which makes it so popular is the diesel engine. It's really a very refined as well as a very fuel efficient diesel engine, and we've been on a lot of highway trips in this car. We've been to Dharamshala in this car. We've also been to Jail from Delhi, and this car has managed to deliver a very consistent 19 kpl on the highway as well as the hilly sections combined. So in that sense, it really is the best of all worlds. Well, so if you are someone who's considering to buy the Elite i20 and you want to spend a little more money, should you really think about the Active i20, or is it really an exercise in futility in terms of buying decisions? Well, to be honest, this car really is worth the extra price over the regular Elite, and that's because not only does it look very mean and butch on the outside, but it also has an extra bit of ground clearance, because remember, Hyundai has raised the suspension slightly over the Elite. And what that also means is that if you are planning to take it up to the hills, or in fact if you are planning to take it out anywhere of the city and do encounter some bad patches of road, you can take this car on those bad surfaces without any fuss at all, because with those chunky tires and the race suspension, it can really handle those bad sections of the road with considerable aplomb. Well, another feature which really makes this car very endearing to a lot of staffers in my office is the fact that it comes with rear AC vents, and that's something which is missing on most of its rivals, in fact all of its rivals. And what those rear AC vents essentially do is that they don't cause a lot of fights inside the car, because remember, a lot of people who are sitting in the front seem to get a lot of the air, and the ones at the back don't get it. So the ones at the back usually complain about the air and are constantly fighting with the driver to raise up the AC, while the ones in the front are always complaining to turn it down because they're already feeling so cold. So this car really does balance out the AC as well, because it gets its own separate vents at the back. But what also makes this car a very good car for daily city commute is the fact that it has very light controls. The clutch is very light as well as very linear in its action. The gearbox also is very light and very crisp, and that along with the super light steering wheel means that maneuvering this car around city traffic is a very breezy affair. Well, if you have been seeing a lot of videos from other motoring journalists, they will complain that the steering is very light, but to be honest, people who are buying these cars aren't buying them for sporty handling. They really are buying them for peace of mind, hassle-free driving experience, and in that department the Active i20 really does excel, because you don't have to put too much effort into the steering, and what that really means is that you aren't really stressed or very tired at the end of a long journey. Well, why has it been such a popular car for anyone who's wanting to go out on a road trip? Well, a lot of reasons. The refined engine as well as the fuel efficient nature of that engine is one, but the other one is the fact that it has a 285 litre boot. Well, not only is it decent enough in terms of overall space, but it is also very well shaped, which means that it can accommodate a lot more than the 285 litre capacity does suggest. Well, so if you're in the market for a premium diesel hatchback which has a very good cabin and offers you a feel-good factor inside the cabin and also a long list of features, then the i20 is definitely worth a look. But of course, if you want something which offers you a different look on the outside and also comes with sporty looking interiors over the regular Elite i20, then this car is definitely worth the extra price.